Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where we are pretty much ready to take this thing to the moon. Now, I did add in one more strut in here, right here, connecting our SRBs to our main engine, because I did notice that we have a lack of connectivity there. And I actually want to add in one more connecting our outer stages into our center core as well, just to make sure we're solidified there. Excellent. Like that. Now, one thing I'm a little concerned about, actually, looking at this, is I actually think we need to move this down a little bit more. Because if we place this right here instead, now as we have our kickback here, pushing it out this way, we now have more clearance here for this to rotate upwards. So that is the idea there. Let's just double check that our strutting is all working fine. It's actually not. So we'll just need to redo this real fast. And it looks like this is now duplicated. Why did you duplicate? Get out of there. And now this strutting is gone. Okay. So we'll just strut that over. This is a big mess of struts, but I'm sure it will be fine. Okay. I think we are ready to try this out. Should we bring Valentina? Her and Jeb have basically the same XP, so let's just leave it at Jeb. Okay, I think we are pretty much ready to go. Let me just double check staging. SAS on, throttled up. That looks good. Side boost, or rather the SRBs detach, then the side boosters detach, then the center core detaches and the poodle fires, and we get rid of our nose cones. Then the poodle detaches and the, this should probably be in the same stage. Then the landing stage fires, then we detach off the engine and the tanks, and then the drogue chute. Yep, that all looks good. Okay. I think we're ready to go. And off we go. Excellent. Apoapsis of 1 kilometer. I want to get just a little bit of horizontal speed here. I'm not too interested in getting very much at all in the horizontal speed until these SRBs are gone. So this is probably plenty of pitch here for right now. At the very least until we're through this section of the atmosphere. There we go. We can get a little bit more downrange pitch now. Not very much at all. And let's see how the SRB detachment ends up going. We should probably be holding here to detach the SRBs. Perfect. Our apoapsis is currently plenty high, so we can pitch fully over now. We're in much lower atmosphere, so we don't worry too much about this. And I guess we'll aim for an apoapsis of 100 kilometers. Just get ourselves more horizontal speed here. Off go our side boosters. And this is the stage where we have much lower thrust to weight, but this is fine. We're going to be in space very, very soon. And in fact, we need to continue burning here. Our time to apoapsis is currently decreasing. We're at 100 kilometers for our apoapsis. We are now officially in space. We're going to be overshooting our apoapsis, but that's okay. we're going to have to raise our apoapsis up at some point anyway to get to the moon. And a lot of that is because I was pretty gradual on that gravity turn, but with those big overpowered SRBs, I wasn't very confident in it. Or rather, in being able to maintain control while we had the SRBs on there. Currently 1 minute 20 on the apoapsis. Still going down. That's completely fine. We've got plenty of DV in this tank. This is definitely going to get us into orbit. The only question is, how circularized? How's our thrust to weight looking right now? Okay, we're over 1.0, which is always nice. By the time we were in this lower thrust to weight, though, we already had the altitude that we needed, so it really didn't matter. Time to apoapsis is currently increasing, so I guess we will aim for an apoapsis of 120 kilometers. And we'll just do a maneuver kind of like this. Like so. Okay, this is going to be a 20-second burn. So we will just go ahead and warp forward until T-minus 10. Excellent. So at about T-minus 20, I'll stop the warp. There we go. And we'll just reposition a little bit. Burn off a little bit of extra speed here. Or rather, a little bit of extra DV here. As we get fully into orbit. That should be good enough. Inclination of 1 degree, which I'm not super happy about. But that's a very nice eccentricity. Okay, so we are targeting the moon. Of course, we were 1 degree off, but that's fine. We don't actually worry about 1 degree difference. This is going to be... what's that encounter going to look like? That's reasonable, I suppose. We'll just move that forward a little bit. And an encounter right at about 40 kilometers, maybe about 30 actually. Let me just adjust this a little bit more finely. That was insufficiently fine. There. That's perfect. So this is a 1 minute 15 second burn, so we want to burn this at 37.5 seconds. Okay. And off to the moon we go. We're going to have to ditch our center core. Oh, I missed my time because I was thinking about our fuel amounts. That's okay. We'll fine-tune it after this burn. It's not like we're going to be short on DV for this particular trip. Okay, just double-checking that. That seems fine. And we're going to be ejecting our center core now, and off go our nose cones. They're going to come back and hit us. I tried to roll and hoped that they would go through there. They did not. Excellent. I probably should have gotten rid of the nose cones before we started this maneuver, in reality. But hey, not all of them blew up. Okay, what are we looking like? Gotta go retrograde. Overshot it slightly, so we'll just fix this. And a lot of that is because I also started burning a little late. So we'll just flip over to retrograde and there we go. Just raise this right on back out. There we go. That'll do. Actually, we can stay on retrograde, and we can go ahead and warp right here. You can stop that. Thanks. Hi, Moon. We're gonna be there soon. Like, we're gonna do most of our landing with this stage, and then we'll detach it right at the end. Excellent. Now we can actually go ahead and grab our Mystery Goo observation and materials study for In Space High. And then we can collect all of that right up over here. Bob can EVA. And he's going to have a bit of a hard time getting there. But I'm sure he'll be fine. Okay, Bob. You can go ahead and restore the Science Junior. And open up the service bay. And restore the Mystery Goo containment unit. And close the service bay. And now you can get back in the pod. Whoa. Free camera, OP. Let's go back to the orbital camera. Helps if I hit the right buttons. There we go. Hop in, Bob. Excellent. So now we can go ahead and create a maneuver over here. And our inclination is pretty wacky. We knew that was going to be the case. We've got plenty of DV to fix it. I'm just going to circularize for now, and we'll fix it after, even though it would be more efficient to circularize it and then do a second, or rather to do a just orbital burn, circularize it down just, you know what, let's just do it that way. Let's do it the more efficient way. So what we would want to do is we would want to just barely be within the moon's sphere of influence with the apoapsis here. Like this. And then we would circularize this and then change this inclination. But I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to circularize this. We've got more than enough DV to make this happen. So there we go. We'll go ahead and get to this position. Just like that. And warp to that maneuver. Excellent. Now we can do an in-space near observation. I'll go ahead and do that. And then we can collect that. And we can have Bob reset this, but I'm going to do it after this burn. We're going to want to burn this at T-minus 16 and 1/2 seconds. So at about T-minus 20 seconds, we'll go ahead and kill the time warp. There we go. Excellent. Our apoapsis is coming down sharply. Always good to see. I am not performing the maneuver incorrectly. Yet. Emphasis on the yet. Okay. Good enough. So yeah, our inclination is definitely very, very off. So let's go ahead and find an ascending or descending node which the easiest way to do that when you don't actually have an ascending or descending node here is to do this. Line it up so that both orbits, the orbit with the parent body that you're trying to match and your orbit, both appear as straight lines. Then at the point where those intersect, which in this case is right here, that's going to be your descending or ascending node. In this case, this is going to be the ascending node. This would be the descending node over here. So now we just need to go actually this way. And we'll just flatten this right on out. Something along the lines of this. That'll do the trick. That'll be close enough. And then we can also burn retrograde to keep our apoapsis a little lower. Something along the lines of that will do. Okay, that'll be a nice inclination change. That node is in T-minus 27 minutes. So we might as well go ahead and get set up for that. Right about here, and I'm going to freeze physics so that we don't have to fight that. There we go. And we'll just warp to that position. And I canceled the time warp instead of closing the map. Perfect. I'm such a pro. I wonder, we're not having those frame rate issues that we had at Kerbal here at the moon in the recording. I wonder if it has something to do with the atmospheric scattering? I don't know, but we're going to want to burn this at T-minus 12 seconds. So let's just go ahead and change our inclination here. Now. There we go. We've got more than enough DV to make this happen. Node is drifting a little bit, just trying to fix that. Okay, node is drifting a lot now. Excellent. Our inclination is still at 0.5 degree currently. 2, 1, 0. There we go. It was having a hard time stopping. I was pressing the button and it wasn't wanting to. So there we go. We're at 0.1 now. I overshot because it didn't turn off when I wanted it to, but good enough. So where can we land and get the moon rock that we need? Moonstone. I think we actually have to go back to the Space Center and look at it there to find out. What biome do we need to be in? Well, let's see. So, in the mission control, bring Moonstone back with you. You can find one in the Lowlands, Twin Craters, or East Farside Crater biomes. Okay. So, we will go ahead and hop over to the Griffin 3L then. And Lowlands is probably the most likely. We're currently over Midlands. We want to be orienting to surface retrograde. And we definitely want to come around to where it's just starting to become day instead of just starting to be night. So we'll go ahead and warp over here. Northwest Crater. There's some lowlands back here in the night side, but I don't want to land in the night side. Oh, we actually had an EVA report possible there. We might grab that next orbit. Okay, so this is Midlands here. What crater is this? We'll check in just a moment. We'll go ahead and warp right over that. This is the East Farside. That's one of the ones that it can be, right? I want to make sure. I feel like it is, but I gotta make sure. If so, then we can land right here. Let's see. Moonstone. East far side crater. Okay. East far side crater. We're going down then. Fantastic. Probably want to go a little northward. Well, actually, this might be fine. We want to be on surface retrograde. Let's just slow it on down. Before I forget, I'm going to extend our landing struts. What's our thrust to weight in this stage? 2.25 compared to 6.42. Okay. Good to know. Right now I'm not actually interested in killing our vertical speed too much. Okay, so this is where we're coming down. That looks like a good landing place, actually. We're going to be just off of this hill, I think. So... as someone was knocking at my door, there we go, got that sorted. I think we're going to be completely fine landing here. Let's go ahead and quick save, just in case something horrible happens with the time warp, but I doubt it will. And I'm going to just go down to about 20 kilometers. I want to make sure that we don't have any issues with this, so I'm going to play it safe. 20 kilometers. Excellent. We're going to be landing right on the edge of that crater. Let's bring it over this way a little bit. Actually, over this way a little bit. Okay, now we can go surface retrograde. And we'll kill that velocity ever so gently. Okay, we're currently going up. I don't want to be going up. We're going to start going down in a moment. We're actually probably going to end up burning off the rest of this tank, which is actually ideal. Okay, this is retrograde here, so we're moving ever so slightly this way. I want to kill that velocity without killing our vertical velocity, so I'm just burning ever so gently here. We're not doing anything against the gravitational speed, but we're going to be burning off a tiny amount of our horizontal speed. And actually, I'm just going to come off over this way and do that. Okay, so now we're going almost purely vertical. So I'm going to quick save again, and we are going to go ahead and warp down to 10 kilometers. There we go. And this is looking okay. We're going to bleed off another round of speed here. Bring it down to about 30 meters per second. Something along the lines of this. Actually, we can let it fall a little further. Currently at 7.7 kilometers. I think this is a reasonably flat area. I hope. It looks reasonably flat anyway. So we're going to free fall now until 5 kilometers. We've only got 50 meters per second left in this tank. That's okay. Okay, we're gonna burn now. I just realized I wasn't on radar altitude. Okay. Yeah, we're slowing down considerably slower like this. That's okay, we've got plenty of DV in the tank, and as we burn, our thrust to weight will continue going up. I've burned too much. We're at 3 kilometers up right now. We'll let it accelerate up to 50 meters per second. And then we'll do another arresting burn. We have entered into suborbital spaceflight above the moon. Kaboom goes our fuel tank. Okay, let's start this arresting burn. Thing's still bouncing. Right into the crater. Okay, we'll let this go up a little bit more. Down to 1.2 kilometers above the surface. It's looking maybe a little hillier than I would like. And this should be our final approach here. Excellent. Where's our shadow at? It should be somewhere over this way, I think. Oh, we're going up right now. Now we need to go down again. I mean, I'm taking this very cautiously, right? This is not the most efficient way to land on the surface. The most efficient way would be with a suicide burn. But that's fine. I'm not too concerned. Okay, we are currently 250 meters above the surface. I'm just going to keep us moving at about... I want to be decelerating a little bit here. There's our shadow. Excellent. Let's bring it down a little bit more. 4 meters per second. 3 meters per second. Okay, we're currently accelerating. This is a little hilly here, but I think we'll be okay. Oh. There we go. Fantastic. Well, that was a little bit spicy. However, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to do our moon stuff, and then head on home. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.